Welcome to Talking Crue, your unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 139 this week, tribute to Randy Castillo episode. But first, this week in Motley news, there's absolutely a ton of it. Happy 41st anniversary to the Motley Crue album Theater of Pain, released on June 21st, 1985. I talk about this album on episode 6. In fact, I'm wearing the Theater of Pain t-shirt as we speak. Happy 29th anniversary to the Motley Crue album Generation Swine, released on June the 24th, 1997. I talk about that album on episode 17. Happy 18th anniversary to the Motley Crue album Saints of Los Angeles, released on June 24, 2008. I talk about that album on episode 33. Happy 41st anniversary to the Motley Crue song Smoking in the Boys' Room, released on June 24, 1985. John 5 is in the news. He announced a new show on November the 14th at Mar, that's M-A-R, Del, D-E-L, Plata, P-L-A-T-A, Argentina. So get your tickets today for those shows. That's 3 shows coming to Argentina in the month of November. Happy 1st anniversary to the Motley Crue song Home Sweet Home, featuring Dolly Parton. It was released on June 21st, 2025. Happy 26th anniversary to Nikki's Side Project Band, 58, Diet for a New America, released on June the 20th, 2000. I talk about this album in the Nikki 6 series on episode 83. Happy 16th anniversary to the Vince Neil solo album Tattoos and Tequila, released on June 22nd, 2010. I talk about this album in the Vince Neil series, episode 62. Happy 38th anniversary to the Motley Crue EP Raw Tracks, released on June 25th, 1988. I talk about this, which was Volume 1 and Volume 2, Raw Tracks Volume 2, all on one episode on episode 68. So go back and check that out. Then today, I got an email from Motley Crue that they're celebrating the dirt because the movie is in Regal Cinemas. The soundtracks sell both CD and double vinyl at Crueseum.com. So get yours today. I'm actually thinking about getting that double vinyl. I need that to my Motley collection behind me. And that's it in Motley news. Like I said, a lot of it anniversaries. Either I blocked it out or it just blows me away how much late June releases, Motley Crue and also Vince and Nikki did release. So last weekend was Father's Day weekend. I just kind of want to show some things off. This I got from my kids. This is Godsmack live at the Mohegan Sun. It is a live album along with a Blu-ray. Can't wait to listen to that. I haven't listened to it just yet. And then from my wife, I got the Dr. Feelgood 35th anniversary box set. Love this. This is absolutely freaking amazing. There's so much stuff in this. It is the CD version. In fact, I want to give you guys a heads up in case you don't have this. It's at Crueseum.com as well. Click under Crue 45, and they actually have the CD version, which is what I was hinting around to my wife that I wanted. Luckily, she caught the hint. But it's like $60. I can't beat that for a box set. So yeah, there's my Father's Day stuff. Hope everybody had a great Father's Day, all the dads out there. Alright, so let's get right into this. So this is episode 139, the tribute to Randy Castillo. On this week's episode, I thought I would do an episode of a tribute, a musical, of the musical career of the late, great Randy Castillo. I'm going to talk about my favorite songs that are off the albums that he was a part of. So here we go. Randy was born on December the 18th, 1950 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. How he got into music was when he saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show back in 1964. In the 70s, he was in a couple of different bands like Mud, The Offenders. Then he moved to LA and he would join ex-Runaway guitarist Lita Ford and join part of her solo band. Randy would play drums on her second solo album called Dancing on the Edge, released in 1984. Now I'm picking two songs off of this. The first song is called Dressed to Kill. Starts off with someone saying Dressed to Kill, and then this little guitar and as Lita sings. Then it kicks right in. Great lyrics, catchy chorus. Listen to Randy's drumming on this album, on this song. It's absolutely amazing. Great guitar solo, fantastic song. In fact, I'll be honest, I didn't get into Lita until her next album, which was her self-titled album, which had Close My Eyes Forever and Kiss Me Deadly, and I think it's called Catch Me If You Can, something like that. And then I got into Stiletto and Dangerous Curves, and yeah. So I might need to go back this weekend and check out this whole album. Song 2 that I'm picking off of this is called Lady Killer. You hear Lita say Crank It, a drum fill by Randy. Very cool. Then the song kicks in with Lita singing. Great rocking song. Awesome guitar solo. Check this song out. After touring with Lita, he would join because Lita's manager was also this guy's manager and wife, Ozzy. I'm talking about Sharon Osbourne. She steals Randy from Lita's band to join Ozzy's band in 1986 and would start his run of albums with Ozzy. To me, this is kind of where I found out about Randy Castillo, was with Ozzy, solo Ozzy. I liked Ozzy better solo than I do Black Sabbath, but that's just me. The first album is actually Ozzy's fourth solo album called The Ultimate Sin that featured Ozzy on vocals, Jackie Lee on guitar, Phil Susan, that's Soussan on bass, and Randy on drums. Now I'm picking 3 songs off of this one. The first one I'm picking is The Ultimate Sin. The title track begins with the pounding drum. Then the rest of the band comes in as Ozzy sings. Great lyrics, catchy chorus, great guitar solo, great rockin' song. I love this song. The second one I'm picking is The Lightning Strikes. Starts off with the guitar riff as the band comes in as Ozzy sings. Great lyrics and chorus, great drum fills by Randy. Definitely check that part out. Really listen closely. Fantastic guitar solo, amazing song. Then the third song I'm picking off of this is actually the first song I ever heard Ozzy on solo in the music video that introduced me to Randy as well. Shot in the Dark begins with a fantastic drum beat and bass playing as Jackie Lee plays over the top. Then Ozzy starts to sing. Fantastic lyrics, catchy chorus, amazing guitar solo. Absolutely love this song. The music video, love it. It's so freaking good. Easy, probably top 5 favorite Ozzy songs of all time to me. After Ozzy and the Ultimate Sin tour, a tribute album, live album for the late Randy Rhoads was released in 1987. Then Randy Castillo was on the next Ozzy album, studio album, No Rest for the Wicked, released in 1988. Features Ozzy on vocals, new guitar player Zakk Wylde, Bob Daisley on bass, and Randy Castillo on drums. Now I'm picking 3 songs off of this album. To me, this album still stands up today. Song 1 I'm picking is Crazy Babies. Starts with Ozzy laughing, then Zach hits this amazing guitar riff. Then the band comes in as Ozzy sings. Listen to Randy's drumming on this. Sounds absolutely insane. Fantastic lyrics, catchy chorus, great guitar solo. I always will love this song. Like I said, it still holds up today to me. It's so good. The second song I'm picking is Breaking All the Rules. This one kicks right in. Then Ozzy sings. So there's my notes. Great lyrics, catchy chorus, amazing guitar solo, an absolute fantastic rocking song. I love it. Song 3 is Tattoo Dancer. Begins with this monster drum intro by Randy. This will catch your ear right off the bat. Then the band comes in as Ozzy sings. Great lyrics and chorus. A fun rocking song. It's so freaking good. To me, this album still holds up today. It didn't get overplayed. In fact, I don't hear in my hometown of Knoxville, I don't hear any of these hit songs, which is Miracle Man, Crazy Babies, Breaking All the Rules. I don't even hear those on the radio. So to me, that's why this album still sounds fresh to me. Now, during the tour, they recorded a live EP called Just Say Ozzy. In fact, there's a new bass player. Old Black Sabbath bass player Geezy Butler joins Ozzy's solo band on the No Rest for the Wicked tour. So on Just Say Ozzy was released in 1990. Awesome EP. I love it. Love that EP. Then he took part of the last, or what was billed as the last album with Ozzy and Ozzy's farewell, or at least that's what it was billed as. No More Tears. This would be Ozzy's last album, and it was supposed to be his last tour, but that wasn't the case. It was released in 1991. I'm picking 4 songs off of this. He changed bass players again. This time he brings in Mike Inez, that's Inez, who would join Alice in Chains. So song 1 I'm picking is Desire. Starts off with this riff, then slowly builds up, and then it just explodes as Ozzy sings. Great lyrics, catchy chorus. The drumming is so freaking good by Randy. What I really love about this is the kind of a callback. There's a part where he says "Crazy Train." There's sirens, laughter in the middle. Then Zakk Wylde takes off, amazing guitar solo. Then there's this breakdown and jumps right back in. I love this song. Second song I'm picking off of this is Hellraiser. It's co-written by the late Lemmy of Motorhead, who also recorded this song on their 1992 album, March or Die. Begins with some awe sound, then the drum and bass and guitar kicks in. Then it's just the drum and bass as Ozzy sings, picks up on the chorus. Fantastic lyrics, catchy chorus. There's this amazing guitar solo. This song is so freaking good. The third song I'm picking off of this is Time After Time, not to be confused with the Cyndi Lauper song. Starts off with some soft guitar strumming as Ozzy sings, and then the song builds up, and that's when Randy and Mike come in. Fantastic lyrics, catchy chorus. This is I'm calling it a mid-up-tempo ballad, maybe about Ozzy himself. I absolutely love this song. It's so freaking good. Song 4, and this is the last song I'm picking off of this album, Road to Nowhere. Begins with guitar playing, then kicks in as Ozzy sings. I absolutely love the lyrics of this. This is so heartfelt. Catchy chorus, great guitar solo. Randy's playing on this is excellent. I love this song, and Ozzy, rest in peace. Now, while, like I said, they were billing this as the No More Tours tour, Ozzy recorded a live album and DVD or VHS I had the cassette, like box set of that, and the VHS tape back in the day. It was called Live and Loud, which is an amazing live album. If you've never listened to that, check out that album. It was released in 1993, and at the end of this live recording, there's a little bit of a Black Sabbath reunion for one song, and after that, Ozzy briefly retired, but he came back in 1995 with Osmosis, which is a great album as well. Randy would join a band called Red Square Black, which also had a guy by the name of John Lowry, aka John 5. An EP was released called Square back in 1994. In fact, I'm going to talk about that in the John 5 series, so stay tuned for that. Then was asked to play on Bret Michaels, who is the Poison lead singer, ex-Poison, or I should say current Poison lead singer. I don't know if that band's even together. They're fighting like crazy now. On his soundtrack of a movie he wrote and starred in called A Letter from Death Row. It was released in 1998. Randy plays on one song on this soundtrack, and I'm going to talk about it right now. It's called I Die For You. Starts off with, I think it's a top box, but maybe it's a harmonica. If you listen to this song, write me a comment down below. Let me know what that is. And then the band comes in as Bret sings. Great drumming by Randy. On this, check this part out. Just the drumming part is awesome. Great lyrics in chorus. There's some harmonica again, top box. Again, you tell me what that is. It's actually a really good song. You can tell it's definitely has a early Poison vibe to it, which I think is kind of cool because their first 3 studio albums were great. And their live album, I should say. After this, while all this was going on, Tommy Lee would quit Motley Crue in 1999. Now Sharon Osbourne enters the picture again, and she tells Randy that he should join Motley Crue because he's already played with Vince Neil's solo band prior to all this. So Randy joins the band. They do the Maximum Rock co-headlining tour with the Scorpions. Then they record the first and only studio album with Randy called New Tattoo. I'll talk about that album on episode 25. Now, I'm not going to go in depth. I've already talked about that album, but I am going to mention my favorite drum tracks off of that album. Hell on High Heels, First Band on the Moon, although not really my favorite song on the album, but the drumming on that is really good. Fake, and White Punk's on Dope, which is if I remember right, Nikki said that's one Randy brought to the band. Hey, we guys need to cover this. Randy was supposed to do the tour, the New Tattoo tour, but was sick. He had a ulcer that needed emergency surgery. Samantha Maloney, the drummer of Hole, filled in on tour until Randy was supposed to come back. While all that was going on, Randy found a lump in his jaw, and it was cancer. He got rid of that. He became cancer-free for a while until mid-2001. Then the cancer returned and was more aggressive. A few days after seeing the doctor, Randy Castillo passed away on March 26, 2002. He was only 51, which is my age right now. But, like I said, this is a tribute. So to me, what a legacy he left behind, especially music, for all of us to enjoy. From Lita Ford to Ozzy to Motley Crue. I still remember seeing that big white drum kit that he had with the extra toms on each side of his drum kit. I thought that was like the coolest thing. ever seen in my life. There's a great documentary that's out. It's on Randy, called The Life, Blood, and Rhythm of Randy Castillo. I Googled it up so I can let you guys know it is on Tubi. It is on Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it. And Apple TV. So definitely check out this documentary. It's really well put together. Nikki and Vince are both part of this documentary as well. Now that's my tribute to the late Randy Castillo. So homework this week. What's your favorite song that Randy played a part of? Write me a comment down below. And did you see Randy Castillo on tour with Lita, Ozzy, the Maximum Rock tour with Motley Crue? Write me a comment down below. Which show did you go see? And that's it for this week. Next week, I'm going to take next Friday off for the 4th of July weekend. So happy 4th of July to everybody in the United States. But I will be back in 2 weeks on Friday, July the 10th, with episode 140, ranking the top 5, my top 5, John Corabi pre or after Crue songs. There's a lot of songs to choose from. I picked 5. I may have a special guest on that episode. We'll see. And that's it for this week. If you know anybody that's a Motley Crue fan, likes to talk about Motley Crue, hear about Motley Crue, send them this way. Hit that share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Tell them go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and tell them type in Talking Crue. All the episodes will pop up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button yourself. Give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it, and it helps out the podcast a whole lot. Don't forget to do your homework. I want to welcome all the new subscribers on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. It is absolutely great to have you here. I want to thank everybody who gives me thumbs ups and does homework questions. I really greatly appreciate it. And that's it. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And you just took a ride on the wild side.